Hello people of YouTube, and today I'm going to be reviewing a figure that I got after upsetting my mom. I'm really sorry Mom, I promise I love you above anything else. Family drama aside, today I am going to be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series 1986 Deluxe Class Brawn. A little word of honesty here, I have actually not watched the Transformers 1986 movie. I've merely watched some scenes online here and there, but one of the scenes that I have actually seen is actually Brawn's death. I mean, 80s kids must have been really traumatized by that. The character itself I am not that familiar with, but I still think he has a really cool design. As always, taking a closer look at the packaging, you can see a really nice window view of the figure right there. On this side, you get another artwork of Brawn. At the back, you get some product shots. On this side, another artwork of a dead character. At the top, the Transformers 1986 logo / title card right there. And at the bottom is total emptiness. Right, I am pretty darn excited to open this guy up, so why don't we just get to my review station. I'll unbox this guy and see if he is worth my weight. And here's the Transformers Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Brawn out of his packaging. What a bundle of joy this guy is. My overall impressions of this guy is pretty similar to my overall impressions on Beachcomber, where I think this figure is great for its simplicity. Just like that review, this review ain't gonna be very long. This figure doesn't have that much to offer, frankly, but I still had a lot of fun with it, especially when we get to the transformation. Oh, what a pleasure. But first off, let's take a closer look at his accessories. First off, as always, we get this backdrop accessory. And this is supposed to depict the place where Brawn died. Really cool choice of scene to put in here. And not gonna lie, I actually did have quite a bit of fun with this backdrop. But for my display, I will most likely throw this off to the side. And Brawn comes with this pistol. It looks very basic, but I'm assuming it's accurate to the film. There's actually some nice sculpted in details here, so I guess that's not too shabby. Plug it into his hands, and now Brawn is ready to unsuccessfully defend himself. R.I.P. my dude. That definitely does look good though. You can plug in some blast effects, and now he might stand a chance. Nah, still weak. If you are not gonna display him with his weapon, simply turn him to the back and you get this spare wheel, and just plug it in there. Actually, the spare tire here can actually come off, so I guess you can count that as an accessory. I mean, I guess you can have some fun with it, but I prefer to leave it on. That would be it for accessories. Very basic indeed, but it's pretty fun. It would also be fun if we take a closer look at his details. Comparing Brawn here to his G1 model, you can see that they absolutely nailed it in terms of accuracy. Gotta love these 86 figures, man. Just like that Beachcomber figure, this figure is so charmingly blocky, really satisfying to hold, and looks really good in terms of aesthetics. Taking a nice close look at his Giga Chad as head sculpt, I love the silver paint they used here, and the blue paint for his eyes really do pop. Other than his face, you get this Marvel Juggernaut-esque helmet shape here, which is a pretty interesting type of design to say the least, but it looks good. The colors on this figure overall are really nice to look at. Of course, silver paint apps are always going to be a highlight for me, but the color palette along the rest of the figure are really appealing to me. Green is my favorite color, and yellow is my mom's favorite color, so this is a really nice mix. Well, I guess this is more of an orange type of color. That's close enough. Taking a look at the back of the figure, it's actually fairly compact. Looks a bit backpacky, but that is kind of accurate to the show. Love these almost cel-shaded in blue windows. Definitely gonna come into play more when it comes to the vehicle mode. I also really like the placement of the calf wheels here. Really nice touch too. Ooh. And another thing that this figure has in common with Beachcomber is that his stability is really top notch. My biggest problem with this figure though would have to be these shoulders. I get that it's for the transformation, but it is kind of set back a little too far, making some poses look a bit awkward, especially if you look at him from the side and he is a bit hollow there. Really more of a minor nitpick as opposed to an actual complaint, but it is quite noticeable, and I thought I should mention it to you all. And I should also mention to you all about his articulation. There is a head rotation that is a bit hard to move, I recommend pulling this chest piece down and moving it like that. Could have been a ball joint, but I understand due to the design of this head. Shoulders rotate 360, can move out. Biceps swivel. Single jointed elbow that bends in quite a lot. Waist rotation, legs kick forward. Can't kick back due to the kibble. He can do the splits. Thigh rotation, single jointed knee. Whilst I don't recommend it, there's kind of a semi-toe joint here that you can move. I don't really recommend using this because it can pop off, but if you can manage it well, then go ahead, use it. And finally, a really nice ankle pivot. Posability on this guy is pretty adequate. Would have loved to have seen a wrist swivel, but hey, what you gonna do? Pretty darn enjoyable figure for how small he is. Size comparisons. Here's Brawn next to another bulky yellowish bot, the War for Cybertron Bumblebee, the Studio Series 86 Voyager class Ironhide. Comparing him to a regular 6-inch scale figure, we have the Marvel Legends Mr. Knight. And finally, another 2023 Minibot, the Legacy Evolution Beachcomber. These two look really good alongside one another. As far as Minibots go for this year, I really don't know which one of them I prefer. Gotta say, I think I still have a softer spot for Beachcomber. I guess another thing that I should mention is that he is a bit hard to stand due to his tiny feet, but as you can see, it's not that hard. Anyways, now that we are done with his robot mode, let us endure this more than enjoyable transformation. Side note, I recommend you do both of the arms first and then do both of the legs. I only did it that way for dramatic effect. And after that incredibly satisfying transformation, you get this equally satisfying vehicle mode. I guess this is supposed to be a Jeep, but I'm not really too sure about that. In my opinion, this mode is just as accurate as the robot mode. It is pretty darn insane if you ask me. And I mean, the engineering of it was just so smooth. Everything locked into place, nothing felt unstable at all. It's just so fun. My favorite piece of engineering has got to go to this bumper piece. Really clever how this whole thing rotates in order to create the headpiece for the robot mode. And these blue cell shaded windows just look so sweet. Unfortunately, the back window isn't painted, but I'm sure you can easily custom paint it. A cherry on top of this already incredibly appealing vehicle mode. He rolls fantastically. 100% the best rolling figure that I have. Woo! Oh, as you can see, I think the plastic on this figure is sturdy enough in order to survive a few tumbles. Obviously, I don't recommend for you to drop your figure like that, but in case you accidentally do that, this figure can withstand it without much of a problem. Not to forget, weapon storage is really nice. Just plug it into his spare tire like so. And pew pew, that actually doesn't look that bad at all. Just careful when you remove the gun, you might accidentally remove the wheel as well. Yeah, I'm absolutely in love with this tiny and chunky vehicle mode. Size comparisons. Here's Brawn next to another Jeep-esque transformer, the Siege Hound. I didn't show off this guy in robot mode because who cares. Here he is next to Bumblebee, Ironhide, Mr. Knight, and finally, Beachcomber. Gotta say, in alt mode, I think I do slightly prefer Brawn. And there goes my review for the Transformers Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Brawn figure. Overall, I really like this figure a lot. It's just a nice, solid figure to play with, and definitely one of my favorite figures to transform back and forth. If you're at all into the concept of transforming figures, then I highly recommend this to you. And as always, I hope you all would recommend this review to other people. If you enjoyed it, please do hit that like and subscribe button. Feel free to share this video with a friend if you would like. And of course, thank you so much for watching my videos. I will hopefully see you all next time. Goodbye! So for my next review, please do prepare for a lot of gushing, because this figure is awesome!